Hi, I'm Mike Eaton. I'm from Westlake, Texas. I'm 17 years old and I'd like to attend Georgetown University because I'd like to get more involved with politics when I graduate. My application is responding to question number two, what patriotism means to me. I think when explaining what patriotism means to me, it's first important to describe the connotation it's taken on in society. Ever since Vietnam, with the left and iconoclastic media, we have experienced a war represented by nothing more than a body count and a tally in a loss column. Occasions such as the Tet Offensive were represented to the American public as a loss, even though all of the military strategists of the time represented them as a win. With extreme coverage of anti war protests, the American public was led to believe that we were more against the war than we really were. I think the situation is the same in Iraq, but I digress. Uh, Patriotism has come to be shunned and put down by society for a whole, as a whole, pardon me. And I really am disappointed in that event as it has occurred over the past decade or so. Um, I think that 9/11 was an important time in American history because it pulled us together. But just as soon as it pulled us together, it created bigotry and racism against the Muslims and the Hindus and anyone of Middle Eastern descent. And I just don't think that's a patriotic thing to say as an American, that you hate someone based on the color of their skin or the God they choose to worship. I think patriotism is not loving your government, but loving your country. I think that you can disagree, for some great philosophers have said that dissent is patriotic, but I don't think that openly criticizing and antagonizing government officials or inflaming them by making fun of them constantly or using things they say in a negative light is the way to run it. I think that Reagan ran politics correctly when he focused on issues rather than uh, the negative things that people tend to bring up. Um, I think patriotism is not really. I just don't think it's as prevalent as it should be in society. I think that the media should be more accepting of America. I think that they should support us more. I think that when our executive branch or our general makes a decision, that we should support that decision because, after all, we did send them there. And while some people may disagree with the war, I don't think that supporting Iraq or supporting the Islamofascists is the way to represent your anti patriotism. Patriotism to me is loving your country despite its mistakes.